Good afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone's having a nice Thursday afternoon. Kind of been cloudy, gray, and seeing a little bit of light rain here in the Lincoln area so far through the day on your Thursday. Today, again, just going to be talking about a little bit of a weather update. Chances for storms later this evening. More rain chances again for the day on your Friday. And also, again, today's Thursday, so we'll go over the latest drought monitor that was released this morning. It did have some good news with it, as we did see, again, some areas of drought reduction, which is, again, what we like to see, again, with the recent heavy rains that we've had across the area. So we'll go ahead and we'll get into that here in just a second. Send that out. There we go. All right, so if we go ahead and pull up our weather graphics here. Again, starting out with a look at the drought conditions. Again, this is what we had last week in terms of drought. Again, very dry for almost the first half of the year. It's really just been in the last couple of weeks that we've really seen a run of some pretty heavy rain, especially across the eastern sections of the state. So this is what the drought monitor looked like last week. There was some improvement, but again, you can still see a lot of extreme and exceptional drought across the eastern third of the state, kind of stretching from up near Norfolk, the Wayne area, down through Columbus, towards Grand Island, Hastings, almost as far south as Sparberry, but again, stretching into western Lancaster again. There's actually less exceptional drought in Lancaster County last week than there was the week before. So again, some improvement. And again, with continued rain across the area, we've continued to see, again, those drought conditions get better. So again, this is what was released this morning. Again, you see the exceptional drought area shrinking considerably. Seeing the extreme drought area shrinking considerably. Continue to see areas across western Nebraska completely removed from drought conditions. So again, all good news, but we still have, again, a lot of drought across the state. 3/4 of the state under some sort of drought conditions. So we're going to continue to need to see moisture across the area to continue to make some dents in these drought conditions. Again, I'll go back real quick. This is what it looked like last week to what it looks like this week. So again, a step in the right direction, but we need to continue to add on some of the moisture. So again, if you look at the actual percent of the state and the drought stage and the change from last week, again, almost a 7% reduction in the exceptional drought. Still have about 5% of the state under the exceptional drought, again, kind of in northeastern Nebraska, as well as down kind of towards the south central sections of the state near Grand Island, Hastings, kind of over towards York, then over towards Crete in Saline County and areas like that. Again, like I said, it's still about 3/4 of the state, though, under some sort of drought conditions, 77.46% abnormally dry or worse. But again, good news, trending in the right direction, but we need to continue to see some of those moisture chances to continue to put a dent in these drought conditions. So currently right now in the capital city, again, like I kind of mentioned, kind of cloudy, kind of gray, kind of been spitting a little bit of rain off and on. As we have gone through the day today, not a whole lot of measurable moisture for us today. Really quickly, though, let me pull this up. That's yesterday. Where's today? Here's today. So it looks like today, again, Lincoln Airport hasn't had anything measurable today. But again, there has been a few hundredths across parts of the coverage area, 3,600ths in Broken Bow, 1,800ths in North Platte, maybe some heavier rain there across parts of the Sandhills earlier today. So there's at least been something out there today. Again, moving through the area, and we'll continue to see those chances for rain tonight and again tomorrow as well. But right now, again, in the capital city, it's warm, or it's muggy at least. Temperatures aren't overly warm. Upper 70s right now. Cloud cover has held back those temperatures, but dew points are in the mid to upper 60s. So again, it's not bad out there for mid-July. It certainly could be a lot worse for us. Temperatures, again, you can kind of see where the thick cloud cover is currently in place. 75 in York, 78 in Nebraska City, 81 in Columbus. A little bit warmer in the surrounding areas. Temperatures in the low to mid-80s across much of the state, again, save for those areas under some thicker clouds. Dew points, though, again, remain, again, fairly seasonal for us. Mid to upper 60s, even some low 70s on the board. So, again, it's pretty thick in some spots. And you factor that in, again, it feels like temperatures aren't terrible out there this afternoon, again, especially for mid-July. Again, moving to the chance for severe weather tonight, though. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch that's in place through 10 p.m. Central Time, again, across the western third of the state. So, again, this includes areas like North Platte, Imperial, Thedford, Valentine, and then over into the Nebraska Panhandle as well. And the main threats for those storms tonight, where did it go? Here it is. Main threats for those storms tonight are going to be large hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter, so that's about the size of a tennis ball. Damaging wind gusts high end around 70 miles an hour, and then a tornado or two is going to be possible. So basically, again, kind of sum it up, basically looking at isolated storms developing this afternoon, eventually kind of merging into clusters. That will kind of push to the east and to the southeast through the western sections of the state through this evening and through about 10 o'clock tonight. Storms, again, as they push east out of the watch area, expected to weaken. Again, they may make it into parts of central Nebraska, maybe pushing into maybe eastern sections of the state overnight, early tomorrow morning. But again, not expecting anything severe for central or eastern sections of the state through the night tonight. Again, that main threat is going to be across the western third of the state. Here's the SPC outlook for the day today. Again, marginal and slight risk. You can see that slight risk does extend into northeastern sections of the state. So again, isolated to scattered severe storms going to be possible in these areas. Again, for at least right now, the western third of the state right now under the watch, though. Again, tornado probability is 2%. So again, not overly overly concerned again with the tornado threat with the setup that we have today, but again, I can't rule out an isolated tornado, especially in the western sections of the state. Again, main threats are going to be wind, and really the primary threat is likely going to be the large hail, especially for the western third of the state. Here's the current look at the satellite radar picture. Again, you can kind of see the clouds that have been lingering in the southeast so far today. Again, some of those sprinkles and showers that we've seen in Lincoln. Currently, we do have some of the stronger storms that have already begun to develop across parts of, again, the northwest. We do have one severe thunderstorm warning up near the Valentine area, as well as some of those storms developing back across parts of northwestern Cherry County. So, again, this activity is going to continue to develop as we head through this afternoon. Again, everything's going to be basically sliding to the east and southeast today with our upper level winds today. So if you look at Skycast, again, our in-house model doing an okay job kind of with where things are at. But if we run you through time, again, you can kind of see it develops those storms across the western third of the state. They're basically pushing to the east and to the southeast initially kind of as discrete cells, but eventually kind of merging into clusters as we head towards later this evening towards sunset tonight. So again, 8 o'clock, we're still expecting, again, a majority of that activity kind of across north-central Nebraska into the Sandhills, and then pushing out of the watch area as we head towards 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Again, as it pushes to the east, it is expected to weaken. Storms could still be on the stronger side, but expected to weaken below severe limits as they kind of push to the east. Again, maybe by late tonight, midnight tonight, early part of the overnight period, we may see a sprinkle or two try and push into the far eastern sections, southeastern sections of the state, but not really expecting much in the way of precipitation tonight for Lincoln or eastern Nebraska. Then generally fairly quiet through the overnight period, mostly clear to partly cloudy as we start Friday. I think a better chance for moisture as we head Friday afternoon into Friday evening for central and eastern sections of the state. Again, not expecting a ton of severe weather tomorrow, but again, we could see some of those showers and isolated thunderstorms push through the area through the afternoon hours, so something to just keep an eye on. And then it looks as we head towards your Friday night, we'll try and clear things out just a little bit across the area. In terms of rainfall potential, again, between now and early Friday morning, again, in-house model indicating, generally speaking, we're not looking at a ton of widespread heavy rain with the setup we have tonight, but we could see, again, some isolated spots under those thunderstorms, maybe pick up around a half an inch to an inch of moisture, but generally I think anywhere between maybe a third to two-thirds of an inch of moisture is going to be possible across parts of central into western sections of the state. Now, in terms of temperatures, again, as we head into Friday morning, again, pretty typical. We're looking at 60s to around 70 degrees for our morning lows. Afternoon highs on Friday, again, a little bit cooler for some, a little bit warmer for others. We're looking at upper 70s to low to mid 80s across the region. Lows into Saturday morning, again, we're looking at mid 50s to mid 60s, so a little bit cooler. And then as far as the weekend is concerned, morning or afternoon temperatures, that is, rather fairly seasonal for mid-July, mid to upper 80s, right around 90 degrees. Sunday morning, again, we're looking at upper 50s, low to mid 60s. And then Sunday afternoon temperatures, again, we're kind of looking at 80s to around 90 degrees for our afternoon highs, so fairly seasonal for our afternoon temperatures as we head into the upcoming weekend. Again, there will be some rain chances. I think probably highest Friday for us here in Lincoln. I think Saturday is mainly dry through the day with more sunshine, a little bit of a light northwest wind. Sunday, again, those chances for some scattered showers and storms kind of come back into the forecast into the afternoon and into the evening time frame. And again, we'll kind of continue those off and on thunderstorm chances as we head over the next week. The longer range pattern still, again, not by a lot, but kind of favors the wetter than average conditions continuing over the next week to 2 weeks or so. So again, we'll continue to see, again, fairly typical summertime pattern, those hit and miss thunderstorm chances for us over the course of the next week to 2 weeks. So meteorologist Brandon Rector will have you covered on air tonight. He'll be covering the 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock shows. So again, keep it tuned to him. He'll have even more updates here as we head through the rest of this evening, and keep an eye on that potential for severe weather, especially across the western sections of the state where we do have that severe thunderstorm watch. So that's it for me this afternoon, at least. Again, we'll obviously have more as the situation warrants, but appreciate everyone for tuning in, for watching. Again, as always, keep it tuned to 1011 both on air and online for all the latest news,